You read the title. You all know what's coming.
Oh! Nostalgia Critic, you are!
Scrotum of existence.
And you!
Made some more fuck-ups.
And I'm...
Here to point them out.
Hey, you're pretty good at this.
Maybe I should be my own troll.
No! All I would have left then is leaving comments on YouTube. That's where today's real philosophers are.
Shall we gear up for part 3?
Yes! This is the top 11 Nostalgia Critic fuck-ups part 3, Revenge of the Shit.
Wouldn't that technically be Return of the Jedi?
No! How come everybody always makes that mistake? Return of the Jedi is part 6, Revenge of the Sith is part 3! Just because it came out 6 doesn't mean that it's...
God, just get on with it!
Everything you know is wrong. Black is white, up is down, and short is long. And everything you thought was just so important doesn't matter. Everything you know is wrong. Just forget the words and sing along. All you need to understand.
Number 11.
Everything you know is wrong.
Your countless Disney Simber fuck-ups!
Okay, I'm going a little bit out of character here just to talk about the few mistakes I made in Disney Semper. Granted, most of it's nitpicking, but that's why we're here. I'll go through the ones that were brought up the most. In my Aristocats review, I say that the butler is going to inherit the cat and he wants to get rid of them because he hates cats. Well, technically that's true, except I forgot to mention that the cats were going to inherit all the riches. And once they're out of the picture, the butler will inherit the money. Okay, does that really make the film any stronger? I guess it gives him more reason to kill them, but who leaves money to cats? It's still stupid! Next is, in both Rescuer movies, I say that Miss Bianca is played by Zsa Zsa Gabor, when actually it was her sister, Ava Gabor. Honestly, I'm just impressed that my fanbase knew who either of these women were. I must have more Green Acres fans than I thought. Another is that I say the friends in a Goofy movie are going to a concert when really they were just watching it at home. It was just Max who said he was going to appear at the concert on TV. Again, a minor mess up. But the one that people really freaked out over was when I called the leopard in Tarzan a cheetah. Guess I never knew people were so feline savvy. But yes, that would make this kitty a leopard. It's a cat, it has spots, whatever. Again, minor mistake, but they're worth bringing up.
Minor? How would you like it if I called these things a rabbit, a turtle, a good Super Bowl campaign?
I wouldn't care.
I would!
All you need to understand.
Number 10.
Everything you know is wrong.
Psychiatrists do have to go to medical school, you ass of an ox!
I think most people knew what I meant by this, but it is still technically a fuck-up. What I was referring to in my Patch Adams review is that the character they were portraying would be much better learning to be a psychiatrist as opposed to a doctor who performed operations. But either way, you still gotta go to medical school. Which I reacted strangely to when I heard that he was in the movie. I didn't mean to indicate that psychiatrists aren't doctors, they still have to know the biological, psychological, and social aspects of a patient. That way they can tell if the problem is metabolic or psychiatric. I was referring more that a man who does nothing but act like Bozo the Jackass would be more fitted away from the sharp medical tools, unless they're being used to stab him. I'm also told that bedside manner wasn't at its best even back then, but I still have my doubts that the way these doctors talk was the norm. I mean, they were pretty much saying that all doctors back then were acting like that. And that just doesn't seem as logical. Wouldn't it make more sense if you're a nice doctor that you would get more patients, that they would want to come and see you, that they would prefer you over doctors who are mean? Did Patch Adams really come and transform this? I have my suspicions, but who am I to talk about a time period where I wasn't even a sperm yet? On the plus side, at least we don't have to put up with that horrible doctor bitch spasms again. Yeah, I bet you thought he was gonna come in and do something funny, but nope, I shot him. He's dead, he's right there, lying on the floor. I really should do something about that corpse.
All you need to understand.
Number 9.
Everything you know is wrong.
You shouldn't review Thomas the Tank Engine if you haven't seen the show!
Okay, look, I made it very clear that I never saw this show. I was only reviewing the movie based on the fact that a lot of people want me to review it. And for the most part, people liked it. But to all those people saying I need to see the show before I judge the movie, I'm here to make jokes. Calm the fuck down. I've reviewed movies based on shows I haven't seen before, like the Pokemon movie, the Avengers, heck, even the original Star Trek shows I've barely seen, and I can still get through the movies okay. I'm just judging by what's given to me as a moviegoer. Maybe it is made only for people who watch the show, in which case, I get the feeling I would like the show even less. But sometimes part of the fun is not knowing about it and being really confused. That's what made a lot of people enjoy the Pokemon review. Now, if I said the show sucked despite the fact I never saw it, then I can understand getting angry. But when I openly acknowledge I've never seen it, I think it just makes for funnier moments when I don't know what's going on. I also hear some people were angry that I was shocked that big names like Alec Baldwin and Peter Fonda were in this when big name George Carlin was on the original show. Well, Peter Fonda and Alec Baldwin for the most part were still doing big dramatic roles at that time. I love George Carlin, but he was doing Tarzan 2 and Scary Movie 3. The shock value's kinda taken down a few notches after you do that. But he's still awesome. Fuck yeah! What are those words?
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat.
Now if that was in Thomas the Tank Engine, I'd probably like it.
All you need to understand
Number 8.
is everything you know is wrong.
Pee-wee's Floor did talk in Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yes, in another top 11 list, the top 11 nostalgic mindfucks, I say that the intro to Pee-wee's Playhouse is, well, a nostalgic mindfuck. However, I say at one point that the only thing that never talked was the floor. Well, I was wrong. Apparently, even the floor got up to say a few lines every once in a while. In fact, he even had a name. His name was Flory. And I swear I don't know how I forgot him. Now, because of this, a lot of people have been accusing me of being an anti-groundite. Well, let me tell you something. I have nothing against hard-working floors. Sure, they're taken for granted. Sure, we walk over them all the time. But that doesn't mean they don't have feelings too. Many of my good friends are floors. In fact, I have a good relationship with my floor here. Isn't that right, Howard? Apparently, floors can fire guns. I did not know that. How are you holding that thing in?
All you need to understand
Number 7.
is everything you know is wrong.
Sauron couldn't fly into the Nexus because his ship would explode. Clad!
In my Star Trek Generations review, I asked why the bad guy Sauron couldn't just buy a ship and fly it into the next.